So, hello students, very good morning to everyone. So, in the last lecture, we have started with the new chapter, that is cardiovascular drugs. So, these are the points that we had learned in the last lecture, that is classification of cardiovascular drugs on the basis of its pharmacological action. So the cardiovascular, these are the drugs which used to rectify any abnormality in the physiology and functioning of the heart and blood vessel, that is called as cardiovascular drugs. So this cardiovascular drug has been classified into six types on the basis of its pharmacological action. So the first class is amino acid, and the example of that class is valsartan. So this amino acid, it is a non-peptide triazole derivative, and it has anti-hypertensive properties, and it belongs to alpha amino acid. So you know that the role of this valsartan is that it acts as a anti-hypertensive drug, and the drug anti-hypertensive drug means the drug which counter react with hypertension by reducing the blood pressure to normal level, and thus remove the remove the thus it removing the associated pain and discomfort. That drug is called as hypotensive drug, and it belongs to alpha amino acid. And the uses of this valsartan is, it is used as a angiostensin 2 receptor blocker, and is used to treat high blood pressure and congestive heart failure. In second class is nitrate. The example is isosorbide sorbide nitrate, dinitrate. So this isosorbide is the bicyclic form of hexahydric alcohol called as sorbitol, which on nitration at 2 and 5 position gives isosorbide dinitrate. It belongs to the class of organic nitrate. So the uses of this isosorbide dinitrate is, it is used as a preventive treatment for anticipated angina. It is administered sublingually to suppress the acute anginal attack, and the onset of action is very fast, 2 minutes, but the duration of action is shorter when given orally as a chewable tablet. It acts slowly and hence ineffective in the treatment of angina pectoris. Then the third class is propanol amine derivative. Example is atenolol. So atenolol is a phenoxy derivative of N substituted propylamine, and this atenolol is a beta blocker. It selectively blocks beta receptor present in heart. It is used in the treatment of angina pectoris and also myocardial infarction. Then the fourth class is pyrimidine, and the example is amlodipine. So this amlodipine is a dihydropyridine derivative, and it is used to treat hypertension and angina pectoris. It is also used in a patient whose anginal episodes are due to coronary vasospasm and hence used in vasospasmodic angina. Then the fifth class is sulfamyl benzoic acid. Example is furosemide or furosemide. So it is used in the treatment of edema associated with the renal disease, nephrotic syndrome, and congestive heart failure. It is a derivative of sulfamyl benzoic acid. The last class is your so this furosemide also used as a anti-hypertensive effect. It also shows anti-hypertensive effect. Then the side effect of this furosemide is it causes neuromuscular abnormalities due to loss of potassium, that is called as hypokalemia. It affects the blood circulation in kidneys, cerebrum, and heart. It also found to affect the concentration of urea and electrolytes in blood. And the next class is your pyrimidine, and the example of this class is rosuvastatin. So it belongs to statin class of drugs under pyrimidine derivative, and the uses is it is used to reduce cholesterol level and to prevent cardiovascular diseases, and the side effect is it causes constipation, heartburn, dizziness, and joint pain. So this rosuvastatin is a it reduces cholesterol level. It acts as a anti-hypercholesteremic drug. So these are the drugs or the compound used to reduce serum cholesterol level and thus prevent the atherosclerosis associated disease, that is called as anti-hypercholesteremic drugs. So the normal cholesterol serum level is 170 to 200 mg percent, and today so here in this slide today we are going to learn the synthesis of atenolol. So this atenolol is a araloxypropylamine derivative, and its brand name is Thenormin. So atenolol is a phenoxy derivative of N-substituted propylamine, and the uses of this atenolol is a beta blocker, that is it selectively blocks beta receptor present in heart, and it is used in the treatment of angina pectoris and myocardial infarction. So the synthesis of this atenolol, synthesis of this atenolol start with 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide. So this is the structure of your 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide. So this condenses with your epichlorohydrin in presence of mild base, that is piperidine, mild base piperidine. When the product is treated with isopropylamine, it adds to epoxy ring to give atenolol. So this synthesis of atenolol is very simple. It takes only two-step synthesis. So here first step, this 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide is condensed with this epichlorohydrin in presence of mild base piperidine. It is a mild base, and your HCl is a byproduct. This the hydrogen from this oxygen and the Cl from this, it leaves as a byproduct. Then this product, when treated with this isopropylamine, so it adds to this epoxy ring to give atenolol. The reaction is very simple. So now we'll see its reaction mechanism. So you know that the reaction mechanism is nothing but it is a step-by-step explanation of reaction, how the bond breaking and bond formation takes place during the formation of product. So we'll see that. So for that I have to close this. So this is the interface of ChemDraw software, and I am changing the orientation of page from portrait to landscape. So in portrait we get the portrait, the size is big, so it is easy for me to write the reaction mechanism. So reaction mechanism. So the synthesis of atenolol start with 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide. So the structure is this one. This is having this hydroxy group at 4 position and H oxygen. So this is your structure of 4-hydroxy phenyl acetamide, 4 nitrogen, and it having hydrogen attached to this nitrogen, 5 piperidine. So this piperidine is a mild base, and the function of base is it abstracts the acidic proton. So the hydrogen present on this oxygen is acidic because this oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. So this bond is polar bond. This oxygen withdraws electron towards itself by inductive effect. So this hydrogen become acidic due to its large electronegativity difference between oxygen and carbon. And after this OH can easily give its hydrogen and generate oxygen anion. So that's why this hydrogen is called as acidic hydrogen. So this nitrogen having lone pair of electron. So the nitrogen having one lone pair. So that lone pair of electron of this nitrogen takes this hydrogen. It takes this hydrogen, then the bond pair will shift on. So this oxygen and hydrogen contain 2 electron, 1 electron shared by this oxygen and 1 electron shared by this hydrogen. It's a covalent bond. So the bond pair shift on oxygen. So there will be the negative charge in the next resonating next structure. It generate oxygen anion. So it's actually phenoxide anion or hydroxyphenyl phenoxide anion. So first step is very simple. Pyridine, this piperidine, it's a weak base, mild base, and the function of base is abstract proton. The function of base is it abstract acidic proton, and this the hydrogen present on this oxygen is acidic, so it takes that proton and the bond pair shift on oxygen. So there is a negative charge in the next structure. Now in the next step, this oxygen anion will react with your epichlorohydrin. So the structure of epichlorohydrin is, so it will react with epichlorohydrin plus so it's a having group. So now the name of this compound is epichlorohydrin containing heterocycle. Now this Cl minus takes proton from this piperidine. So I will show you that. So here piperidine, hydrogen Cl minus, it takes this hydrogen and HCl is your byproduct. So an arrow minus and to that. So this is the structure of isopropyl amine. So this isopropyl amine will react with your product nitrogen, formation of bond with this carbon. So there is a lone pair in bond formation, so there is a positive charge. Now the next step, this oxygen anion it takes hydrogen from this nitrogen, from this quaternary nitrogen, to stabilize that nitrogen. So this oxygen anion it takes this hydrogen and this bond pair will delocalize and it stabilize the nitrogen, quaternary nitrogen, and you will get, so this oxygen will take this hydrogen, convert to OH. So final product will be like this. So now this is your this is the structure of your atenolol. Nucleophile, and the electrophile is this carbon. So in this structure you are having three reacting center, this one and this one, but this carbon is more electropositive than this one and this one, because here in this carbon is less electropositive, because this due to resonance this nitrogen lone pair will delocalize here, and it shows imine bond. So this it minimizes the electrophilic character of this carbonyl carbon. So this carbon is not that much electrophilic, and now the two options are remaining, that is this carbon CH2 and this CH. So among these two, this one is more electropositive, or it is electrophilic carbon, because this is attached to your this oxygen, and the carbon present in spherically in compact ring. So the ring is uh, the ring is, you can say that what is that, it's a, it having a ring strain. So it having high ring strain, because you know that in the ring strain decreases from 3 membered, 4 membered, 5 membered. So 3 membered ring are highly having high strain. So this is one of the reason that why this carbon is more electropositive than this one, because this carbon is attached to this again CH2, so it will minimize the electron deficiency of this carbon. So there is no group attached to this carbon. So this carbon is more electropositive than this one. So this nitrogen lone pair will attack on this carbon, and it opens this sterically. If it open this strain ring, so the ring will easily open, and the bond pair shift on oxygen. So there is a negative charge on that oxygen, and this nitrogen will form bond with this carbon. So there will be the positive charge on this nitrogen, and nitrogen having 4 bond, 1 2 3 4. So that's why there is a positive charge, and in the formation of bond, your nitrogen loses its lone pair, so there is a positive charge. Now in this step, this oxygen anion takes the hydrogen from this quaternary nitrogen. To stabilize that nitrogen, it takes the proton and convert to OH, and you will get the final product, and the name of this final product is atenolol. And this atenolol, it is a aryloxy-propyl amine derivative atenolol. So this atenolol, it is a beta blocker, that is it selectively blocks beta receptor present in heart, and it is used in the treatment of angina pectoris and myocardial infarction. So this is about the reaction mechanism. Reaction mechanism very simple. So we'll see, we'll go to our slide. This is the synthesis of atenolol. Synthesis of this atenolol start with 4 hydroxyphenyl acetamide in presence of epichlorohydrin and mild base piperidine. HCl is a byproduct. So the hydrogen from this 4 hydroxyphenyl acetamide and chlorine from this epichlorohydrin. HCl is a byproduct. You will get this product. Then the next step is this will undergo the reaction with isopropylamine, you will get the final product, that is atenolol. So the 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide is condensed with epichlorohydrin. 4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide is condensed with 4-chloro. It condenses with epichlorohydrin in presence of mild base piperidine. You will get this product. And when the product is treated with isopropylamine, it adds to epoxy ring giving atenolol. So this is about the synthesis of atenolol. We have learned its reaction mechanism. So this is the reaction mechanism. And thank you.